Hi, I'm Bob McNally, and we're going to talk a little bit today about choosing jig head size to the size of the bait if you're going to fish a bait and a jig head, which is a great way to catch all kinds of fresh and saltwater fish. You really need to pick the jig head, the size of the shank more than anything, and of course the weight. To the shallower, how deep of water you're fishing, the weight matters. But the size of the length of the hook shank. And in a lot of situations, a long shank hook is better than a short shank hook, but you have to also consider the size of the bait you're going to be using. This is a very small menhaden, and if we put this menhaden on this bigger jig head, it's a very large bait, and a fish, a flounder, a redfish, even a trout, could take the bait off the jig head without really getting the hook. So I think for a small bait, I prefer a smaller jig head of this size rather than a longer shank hook. I think a small jig head makes for a slightly smaller profile bait, and I think you're more likely to get the hook into a taking fish than if a longer shank hook were used. With a bigger bait, maybe this longer shank hook would be better, but a short compact bait like that I think makes a lot of sense.